So, are the Yankees about to sweep the Houston Astros in Houston? Uh, well, yeah. Wow. Pretty pretty good. Michael King, another one, 5 innings, clean ball. Slowly build himself towards looks like a serviceable starter. So from them, I'm still getting another starter. But shout out to everybody in the chat. By the way, we got Jonathan's in the house. The rookies, I mean, Dominguez does it again. He strikes again with a home run to deep right field now. Pull shot. Texas. The king of Texas is here. Sonny. That's right. My consigliere, by the way, I answered your emails. My consigliere. Yeah, I mean, Holmes in the ninth. It's always it's a stressful situation. You know, it doesn't remind me of Chapman. It reminds me of John Wetland, which was a stressful 161. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Aiden's in the house. And a fee's in the place. What is good? What is good? Aaron's in the house. Yeah. Backstage is here. Hillel's in the building. What's good, my friend? How are you? Good to hear you. Good to see you. Franchise is here. Peanuts here. Yes, indeed. Smashed. Andre, hello. How are you? Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. By the way, I hope you're enjoying a nice holiday weekend. Doing well, Hillel. How you doing, my man? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna catch up. Definitely gonna catch up. Yes, indeed. Yeah, keep playing the rookies. They're complementing the veterans nicely. And they really, really are. So they really, really are. Right, Soprano Pizza? Yeah, happy Sunday. Happy Labor Day weekend. I hope you're all doing well. Hit that like button if you're excited about the Yankees possibly sweeping the Astros. My wife brought me ice cream. So yeah. Dairy Queen ran out of chocolate ice cream, so she got me vanilla with hard chocolate. Like, how do you run out of chocolate ice cream here in your ice cream place? It's like the greatest flavor in the world. I know. ESPN's blocked in a lot of areas, blacked out and all this stuff. So it's it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, let's get that stuff. You get to 100 likes. Let's get through that 100. Let's blast through 100. Let's celebrate this better baseball we're seeing from the Yankees, and in no small part due to their youth movement. So it's 6-1. It's game. Get the brooms out. Yankees took it 6-1. Fantastic. Brooms out, baby. Now they come back home. We got Detroit for 3. We got Milwaukee for 3. And again, now the young kids get to play Yankee Stadium for the first time. So it's gonna be kind of cool. It's gonna be kind of cool. Something about a vanilla soft serve with sprinkles. All right. Oh, I sweep and love it too, Roarvet. Yeah. Cherry dip from Mrs. Softy. I wish I was a vanilla ice cream guy franchise, but I'm not. I'm a chocolate ice cream guy. But I'll take it. I mean, if she got me some hard chocolate cover, I'll take it. But yeah, Lorenzo, get the brooms out, everybody. We had a lot of people saying the Astros were going to sweep the Yankees. It was actually exactly the opposite way. So the other way around. So that's what I just see. I don't sleep on the Yankees just yet. Don't rule them out of everything just yet. So, the rookies are yeah. I mean, they're doing things right now. They made some changes. And chocolate's my favorite too, Aaron. They're making some changes, and they're playing a livelier brand of baseball right now, and it's refreshing to see. It really is refreshing to see. And if he's a vanilla boy, huh? Okay, all right, that's cool. All right. I I know it's a tall task, but uh, if the Yankees made the playoffs, it would be people's hair would be on fire. Yep, yep. So, and again, oh, it would be such a good piece of pie for the haters too, right? What would they do then? What would they do then? Yeah, I had to troll them a little bit this week because I gave the Yankees credit for the youth movement, right? That Dominguez, Volpe, Judge, all of these people were drafted by Brian Cashman. Every single one of them. Austin Wells, Peraza, Pereira, all of them, they were signed internationally by Brian Cashman. So, and the haters were quiet. It was crickets, 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 crickets. And we have gone from one of the oldest to the youngest teams. We got a bunch of guys under 23 years old now, which is crazy. And they need to do it. They needed to do it, right? Texas, exactly, exactly. Now it's their ERAs turning around. Their energy, their attitudes are turning around. Their focus is turning around. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, it is absolutely nuts. Yes, you did. You did have a fair assessment, a logical one too. Like I said, I mean, you know me too. I play it both ways. Like when it's time to criticize them, criticize them. When it's time to give them credit, give them credit. And I know the haters hate that. Absolutely hate that. So, and you know what? Too bad. King was phenomenal today. King was phenomenal. Four shutout bullpen innings, 5 innings and 1 run ball for Michael King. Like he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. They're giving him a chance to gradually build towards potentially being a starter. So they're also playing as a team, rather like a cohesive team, unified team, a focused team. Like I'm just very very happy right now. I hope that they continue this building on this momentum. So and if they go to the playoffs, maybe Aaron Boone might get votes for manager of the year. He might. Yeah, that would drive the haters insane. Yeah, Cortez. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is he gonna be back? I don't know. I don't know. Is Cortez gonna be back? Is Rizzo gonna be back? I have no idea. I know Rizzo's participating in some baseball activities, but are either one of them gonna be back? I mean, we know Trevino's not gonna be back, so um, it is gonna be difficult, Brett. Yeah, it is gonna be tough. It's a tall task, and we have to. I think we have to acknowledge that. We have teams to leapfrog to get into the postseason. So, but at the very least, a 500 record. That's more realistic now. So CWE, people were saying it too, Maria, to bring up some of these kids, right? But you know what's crazy too is like if they had brought them up 2 months ago and they flopped, people would be blaming Cashman for that. It's just the endless barrage of blaming Cashman. I mean, it's comical. It's weak and it's comical, but like it's consistent. So I give them credit for being consistent in their propaganda. So, so funny. Yeah, I know. Oh gosh. Do they make? I don't know. I mean, they might give him an opportunity, Chris. I mean, you might give Clark Schmidt an opportunity as well. Uh, and I think those two guys could replace Severino and Herman, who I don't think either one will be back this next year. But you got Cortez, but I still think, and I talked about NFE about this and other folks, like I would still be honing in on Aaron Nola or this Yamamoto guy from Japan, one quality high end pitcher, and another guy. So I would get two starters like a Hyunjin Ryu. I was talking with Jim Riley from Ballcap Sports about this last night. Like you get a guy, Aaron Nola's familiar in pitching in a tough market, Philadelphia. Rio's familiar with the AL East, and he won't bludgeon their payroll. So I think they could bring in two guys like that. I think Yamamoto and Rio, or Nola and Rio. They've and then while letting King kind of get his bearings as a starter, letting Clark Schmidt continue to develop as a starter. So, but the fact that matters, they can never have too much pitching. They can't have too much pitching. So, you know, I yeah, with Cortez, I just we almost like we can't expect him to be reliable now. Cortez, I mean, when he's healthy, he's pretty solid, but he's having a hard time staying healthy now. And like we said, like I think the year prior, it's catching up to him now. Adding 50% to his pitching innings and like way far exceeding what was recommended. I think it's catching up to him. Oh, Brito and Vasquez might be keepers too. Luis Hill. So they have some depth. They do. They do. Oh, you know, I know Dominguez. He puts good bat on the ball. So does Elston Wells. So does Volpe. Like these guys put good bat on the ball. So, which is good. Squaring up the pitching more aggressively, I think, is something that the Yankees have deviated from in a while. Now they're getting back to it. And maybe some of these rookies are lighting a fire under the asses of some of the veterans. Like Stanton now is hitting like home runs almost out of the stadium. So like, you never know. If I'm Jersey, I would personally go after the Korean outfielder. I would for like a left fielder, even if it makes Everson Pereira expendable, and if you feel good about Jason Dominguez in center, this way you don't have to spend $180 million or $200 million on Cody Bellinger. Okay, he's having a good year, but again, he's a 250 career hitter, 258, and last time he had a really good season was his MVP season in 2019. I mean, he had a couple bad years, so I don't expect him to be hitting 320 every year. So, and the fact is, like, he's not playing MVP ball. Like Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts, they're playing MVP ball. So, but he's having a good year. He's having a good year. So, team is the coach prime. Yeah, I mean that's that Deion Sanders swags, right? Yeah, it's like it's. I can't believe CU held off TCU yesterday. That was an impressive win, 45-42. Impressive. And again, King is showing the ability to transition gradually towards starting pitching, even if he threw 5 or 6 innings. Like, you know, yeah, Dominguez is, you know, now here we go. Cashman still deserved. We can't even enjoy a win without finding reasons to blame Cashman. Well, what are we going to blame Cashman for today? CWA. What do you want to blame him for today? Buff, yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah. That's a good move. We're bringing in Deion Sanders. I like the attitude he's brought to this team. 2 starters. Yes, we do, CW. I'm with you there. Can never have too much starting pitching. You know. Yeah, it took them a while. I mean, they were down 1-0, and then Dominguez strikes, and then it's 3-1. Like it's just. I'm aiming for definitely for at least one high end starter, like an Aaron Nola or Yamamoto. No doubt about it. Yeah, Shelling Duncan is helping over in stand too. Yep. Shelly Duncan's doing a good job. I wouldn't say trash. He's unflappable. He's got experience in the American League East. So I don't know about trash, Bryce, but whatever. That's your opinion. That's cool. Yeah, add on to this roster, build on it. Exactly. So let's smack that like button, gang. Let's get over 100 likes as quickly as we can. Let's celebrate this Yankee sweep of the Astros. We got 110 people in here. So if anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up, please. It's greatly appreciated. It means the world. And we want to celebrate the sweep of the freaking Astros. So, F the Astros right now. Shoot, man. It's Kings, showing, and they're doing it right. It's a very gradual progression, right, towards being a starter. And King is embracing it, and he's performing. So, good for him. Right, Talbot? What's up, Talbot? John Kirk is here too. Cole, yeah, and then don't forget Rodon too, NFE. You add Rodon to that, like, crazy. Cole, let's just say Cole, Nola, Rodon are the top three, or Cole, Yamamoto, and Rodon are the top three. Like, then that's a nice three up top, man. That's a fearsome three, a tripod pitching right there. No. Damn. Pesci to replace Booney. Sunil's bringing the fire tonight. Yeah, Yamamoto and Nola. I mean, if you can get both, that would be fire. Yamamoto or Nola, an absolute freaking must. At least one of them. At least one of them. I mean, get Cole some more retired pitching. Not retired. What am I saying? Reliable pitching. Reliable pitching. So, young players, yes, injury prone. This is true. Yeah, I think Rodon will have a much better year next year. So, well, exactly, Dominic. Exactly. I don't bet on baseball, but I tell you, it feels good being able to say the Yankees just swept the freaking Astros. It feels damn good. I don't know about you guys and gals, but it feels good to say it. Now, Burrito and Vasquez show potential. Hopefully, he'll come back and show potential too. So, Nestor could replace King in the bullpen. He could, as like a long relief guy. Yep. Yep. I mean, I'll credit Shelly Duncan where it's due. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Dominguez, yeah, he's short, but he's stocky. Yeah, I think he's like 5'9" or 5'10", but he's stocky, like Mickey Mantle stocky. So, Dominguez so far, I mean, as advertised. As advertised. So I'm happy to see it. Crying tomorrow. He'll be crying. Yeah, no doubt about it, Sean. No doubt about it. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, this is, and using these young kids every day right now gives them, I think, in my opinion, gives them a good idea of what they need to invest in during free agency. Whether they need to get like affordable veteran to complement these guys, or affordable veterans to complement these guys, whether they need to use DJ as a utility, IKF as a utility, or just sign somebody else. So I don't think the Bellinger thing is, as much as they like him, he's pricing himself out of a lot of markets right now. And credit to him. He's having a great year, and he's going to parlay it into a monster contract. A monster contract. What if you can get Yamamoto and the Korean outfielder for the price of one Bellinger? I'm going for the 2 over 1. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. Mookie and Acuna are in my opinion, definitely the front runners for MVP in the National League. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No. Yeah, exactly. Bellinger would have been, and who would have thunk? Excuse me, that he was going to come back healthy and productive and all this stuff. Who would have thunk? Who would have known? But yeah, it would have been nice. But now he's going to get. We need 40 likes to get to 100. We got 60 already. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up again. But I hereby take back my sub 500 projections after seeing the sweep and hoots. Tunil, a big man does that. So credit to you for that. Credit to you for that, dude. Rose, how are you? Yeah, Bellinger. I mean, they've already said they're looking at Chris Bryant as the benchmark. He signed a $180 million contract, and he was like a year or two older than Bellinger. So they're looking for around there. I think he's going to make at least 25 million a year. Bellinger, I think so. I do. So I, yeah, you blame me for my optimism. All right, and if I take full responsibility for that. I'll take that. I'll take that blame, Hennessy. I'll take that, baby. I'm happy to own that one. Happy to. The Cubs could throw a lot of money at Bellinger too. Yes, they could. I think Hayward comes off the books anyway. So like, I know they trade him too, but I know they still owed him some money. So that I mean they've got some other money coming off the books too, the Cubs. So I think they'll be okay. Bellinger's agent is Scott Boras. So Boras is going to have a 700-page book on Bellinger, saying he's the next, Willie May is the next something, the next Mickey Mantle, the next, the something. I think they did the right thing bringing up the kids in the road too at Texas. I think that's a good point. I think it's a very good point. Let them get their feet wet on the road. Now they have a little bit of momentum going back into Yankee Stadium. So I agree. That's a great point, Texas. That's a really great point. Yes, sir. Um, yeah, CU Boulder is a beautiful campus, a great school too. It's a really good school. Coconuts in the house. Yep, Scott Boras is his agent, so he's gonna get paid. That's what Boras does. He capitalizes on this stuff. He parlays this stuff. So he's gonna do it again. You're damn right. It feels good to beat cheaters. And people wanted to trade. I mean, I even said it like I would have moved him for only one player, Juan Soto. So, and again, I wouldn't. I would stop short in saying like Dominguez is untouched. He's like it's only been 3 games. So, but I would have given him up for Juan Soto. Um, I wouldn't trade for Otani under any circumstances, Jefferson, at least in my opinion. Now, but Soto, yeah, I would have done it. Strike first, no. Then you bring the Cobra Kai into this. He's serious today. Sunil's fired up. Fired up. The everybody, the pitching free agency class is deep. And it's higher. It's deeper than offensive. But again, like they're selective. Just because they have a lot of names doesn't mean there's a lot of good ones. Like Blake Snell, I don't know. Aaron Nola's a guy. To me, it's Aaron Nola or bust. So like it's Nola or Yamamoto. Like those are the two guys. And then getting a reliable, I think, a reliable ninth inning closer. To a dominant closer, somebody who can really complement Holmes and Canely, even though they pitched well today. But we worry about them sometimes. If you can get a Josh Hader, you freaking get Josh Hader. I would still bring even a David Bednar in a trade. Like I would be going after one of these guys in the offseason, no doubt about it. Clemens is here too. Branch. Fix your Wi-Fi. I'm telling you, Cindy, Wi-Fi will be the death to some of us, man. It's a trap. Yeah, this Wi-Fi. Very frustrating when it doesn't work. Dang right, Robert Secondly. Dang right. Damn right. Talbot's in the house. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Talbot bringing the trade ideas last night, the off-season plan. Like, here we go. some more off-season plans for Talbot here. He's mock GM. He's planning ahead of time. His off-season plan, round 2. Here it is. Gave us round 1 yesterday in the live stream. Go check that out. It was pretty bold too. But round 2, we got Torres and Michael King, Oswaldo and Higashioka for Axton Garrett and Edward Cabrera. If you can get both of those guys, those starters, then yeah, I mean that's it. They got like 4 or 5 years of control left. That's a big trade right there. And then you flip Edward Cabrera to Milwaukee. Looks like for Corbin Burns, and you add Everson Pereira to that, Tyler Hardman and Luis Hill. So now you get Braxton Garrett and Corbin Burns here. Additionally, we're signing Yamamoto, Jimmer Candelario, and Josh Hader, and trading Schmidt for Yaz, Yastrzemski for the outfield. Damn, he's going. Tyler's fired up tonight, man. He's bringing the fire tonight. Damn. You got some bold stuff right here, Talbot. Trade Schmidt for Yastrzemski, huh? That one I find intriguing. Thank you again, Talbot. I'm going to leave it up here for a minute because I want other people to see that. Warvet, welcome back. So, okay, Yastrzemski. All right. That's another bold. Now, where would you play Yastrzemski is the question if you're going to have Jason Dominguez here. Take the money you would have paid Soto. I would take Soto over Bellinger, personally. Eat Stanton's contract for signing Bellinger. Personally, Murderer, I would go for Soto over Bellinger, but that's just me. He's younger. There's other things like, Bellinger fascinates me, but I would still pick Soto. I would pick Soto over Ohtani. So, which a lot of people think I'm nuts for, but I would. I'd go for that youth. We got here. Be mad if they keep Torres or if they can get. But yeah, I mean, the only way, like we've talked about this, the only way I would move Torres too is for pitching, like value, give value back, controllable pitching or something like that. We don't just trade Torres to clear payroll. Like we don't do that. So, but again, if they can get some pitching help and they keep Torres, cool. I'm okay with that too. And Volpe and Peraza, I do think is the middle infield of the future anyway. So, and it does look like that. Texas does look like the Martians here to stay. It does look like that. Sean's bringing it too. Sean Howland's bringing it. He's bringing it tonight, man. Bringing the fire and sweep with it. Astros. Oh, man. I love it. So Talbot's got his rotation being Cole, Corbin Burns, Rodon, Yamamoto, and Braxton Garrett. That's a nasty rotation, Talbot. Nasty with 4 Ys. Nasty. Capitals, too. You know what I mean? All right, we're over 107 likes. Thank you, gang. I appreciate that. Yeah, keep getting them thumbs up if you haven't hit them thumbs up. Let's try to get to 150 if we can. Spencer Jones, I think, is close. Clarence as well to being ready. You know what? Like, I know he projects an outfielder, but he might, maybe they could transition him to first base. Like at some point, like after next year, we have to replace Rizzo. So, what are they going to do? Like we have, like Judge going to be right field if Dominguez is in center, and let's just say whoever's in left, like there's no way to play Spencer Jones in the outfield. But I don't want to give up on that bat. So, can he be a first baseman? I think so. He's a solid defender. So, I agree more Warbat. I mean, Ben Rice is like a level behind. Now that Austin Wells been called to the majors, I would bring Ben Rice up to AAA to be his replacement in AAA. So, and his bat is and obviously his catching, his blocking, his receiving has gotten significantly better. And he's based on his bat right now. It looks like he projects long term better as a catcher, and it looks like Austin Wells projects better long term as a first baseman. So, like, just something to think about. Unless they do a Ben Rice, Austin Wells platoon, like I'd love to have both of their bats in the lineup if their bats are hitting well, and they find the way to still bring in like Spencer Jones to add to this. Like, man, Warvet, I'm telling you, they'd have that dynamic offense like the freaking Atlanta Braves have right now. Big Potato. He's a legend, Sunil. I'd love to have him on here as a guest. I wonder if he'd ever come on. Yeah, exactly, our boy. Juan Soto's best attribute is getting on base for Aaron Judge, and that is to drive him in. His on base percentage is one of his calling cards. Got elite pitch recognition. He doesn't strike out a lot. He walks a lot. He's his skill set is underrated, but it's very valuable. Don't need him to be an elite defender either. But that on base percentage at that level puts guys in a position to drive him in on a regular basis. It's a good. You can, James. Oh, James, what's with the tantrums? You can give up on it. Go right ahead. Worst Yankee fans. The worst Yankee fans are the ones that bash the team every day. Those are posers. They're phonies. Okay. No loyalty to anyone. I don't. Where are you bringing that? Where's that coming from? And again, Glaber's this year's IKF. He's not getting the. And people were hating on IKF every single day. And we've said here the only way we trade Glaber Torres is if we get value in return because he has trade value. And he's going to want probably a 9-figure deal next year. And I don't think the Yankees are going to give it to him. So where's the hate there, James? That's a fact. That's common sense. So IKF was getting trashed by people every day last year. Trashed. We're not trashing Glaber Torres here, so there's a huge difference, James. We don't spend our time trashing people here. Those are weak arguments. That's for just a lower quality audience. So whatever. If that's what people like, then that's what people like. No, but like we said too, James, if Torres stays, we're cool with that too. Well, would you invite Spencer Jones to battle it with Pereira for left? Not just yet, Stephen B. We gotta get him up to AAA and see how he does. But you never know. This is like the Yankees who had, a surplus of infielders and shortstops that they're having a hard time finding positions for. Now they're going to have a surplus of outfielders. And this is going to be like they're going to have to pick and choose. And unfortunately, they might have to trade one of them here and there. But again, if they're that good, you can get value for them. If they need pitching, you get a control board. Like you can get good value for these guys. Just like we said, Torres, like we're not going to trade him just to move him. If we trade him, you get value for him. No. You know what I mean? Schmitty deal. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's intriguing. I don't know that I would do it, trade Schmidt for Yastrzemski, but I'd probably keep Schmidt and let him develop in the rotation. He's got several control years on the cheap. Like him and King, I would let them do that and get some pitching here on the cheap. So, and that doesn't happen very often. What happens to Boone? Don't hear his name. He's still making decisions. Yes, but again, you know, the Fire Boone crowd is quiet when the Yankees are winning, and they can't explain, in detail their argument. They just say Fire Boone, he sucks, get rid of him. We don't get any credible arguments from them. So IKF, I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll go CWE. Maybe they'll bring him back as a utility, but they also have DJ here too. So thank you, Warvet. Yes, the loyalty here with the chats. I mean, again, like, dude, it's we don't trash people here. Warvet knows this. Only other people know that we don't trash people here. That's not our nature. We don't do that. No, but yeah, Dominguez is going to be awesome. So I'll wrap this up in a minute or two too. They might try to trade Stanton Keith, I don't know, but they might try to see if there's a market for him, especially if the Dodgers don't get Otani. Then they'll have to eat a chunk of money, but it's possible. It's possible. So, yeah, Billy, they're starting to do it, man. It's definitely not too late. No, and again, like letting the youngsters play now, like I said, gives them an idea of how to complement these youngsters in the offseason. Who do they need to bring in to complement them? So to make it a good balanced team. So, just reliable veterans, athletic veterans. So, I don't know. I mean, IKF has some trade value too, Jonathan. Yeah, I don't know if they would do it or not. Yeah, I mean, Glaber seems to be healthy, which is good. Again, he had back spasms, but like he's very streaky offensively. Unfortunately, he's very good, and then he's very bad. It's just that's a fact. And our opinions of that don't change that fact. So he's very good for a few weeks, then he disappears for a few weeks. Very good, disappears. Right? It's just very streaky. So, but his defensive lapses, I think, sometimes overshadow his offensive performance. So, Booney hasn't been ejected since. Yeah, these guys got to stop freaking making terrible calls. These terrible strike and ball calls. My God. And I do think I'm with you there too, D-Rod. Teams will ask for Schmidt in a trade. They'll ask for King too to get a good piece. Yep. The haters wanted me. I know. I know, Texas. That ain't gonna happen. They can bully all they want. That don't work. That don't work. Yeah, I know they wanted me out, but we're here to stay, Texas. We ain't going anywhere. Our crew is 100%, 100%, baby. Getting some technology here from Sunil. Yep, bringing it, bringing the tech knowledge and tech expertise right here from my man Sunil. Preparation H. Who will they pay to trade? Well, whoever takes. I mean, if it's the Dodgers, they might eat half his contract. Like 10, 15 million a year of Stanton's contract. The Yankees might eat to move on from him. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Yes, exactly. We don't try to bully others to accept their opinions. Like, people are entitled to their opinions. Like, if they make an outrageous claim, we ask them to prove it. If they don't, that's on them. But we don't bully people here. We don't question people's loyalty to the team or question people's intellect if they don't agree with us. Other places do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. So, just for last, would I trade Dominguez, Peraza, and Holmes for Soto? Not at this point, TD. Not for 1 year, Soto. Yeah, you don't trash Keith. We don't trash people here either, Keith. So, thank you for not, trashing. Exactly. Exactly, Joe. Tell him, man. Tell him, Consiglietti. Yeah. People not. used to the sensible perspectives, the sensible responses, sensible conversations. They need anger, they need hate, they need conflict. Makes them feel manly and tough, so they can bash people behind the screen when they're not there to defend themselves. Super manly. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. No. Yeah, I think so too, Billy. Cashman and Hal acknowledging that it's been a failure of the team and acknowledging they're going to make some moves, particularly with an outside company to review analytics, and it makes me think that Booney will be back next year too. Booney has had a less say than I think a lot of people think he does. So, and again, he was, I mean, granted a very weak roster. So, but now they're making some adjustments that are needed, and hopefully it stays that way. And unfortunately, there's no guarantee that Dominguez is going to keep doing it, Sunil. So I would take the proven entity personally. So you might think I'm nuts, but I would still take the proven guy Soto. I like Dominguez's potential, no doubt about it. But if they can get Soto without him, then get Soto without him. Shoot. But I mean, I would not move Soto for Otani. Mm-mm. How do I think the lineup? I mean, it's similar than it does right now. A lot of these young guys. I would expect somebody like, I don't know. Well, a new outfielder in there, depending if it's a Korean guy, I think he'll be the leadoff hitter, or one or two. And you have Volpe or Dominguez or something like that, and then you have Judge to drive guys in, like if they got a Candelaria or something like that, another reliable veteran piece back end of the lineup. So I think a lot of these guys are going to be in there. Like I think Dominguez will bat in the first half of the lineup. Austin Wells will probably bat in the second half. Um, I think Volpe will still be moved around until they can find a spot for him in the lineup. So, um, you know, yeah, yeah. I mean, the only trade I could see, Rob, honestly, would be for a closer if they don't get somebody like Hader. So, but no, I mean, to me, it's Nola or bust, Rob, in terms of the pitching. Nola, Yamamoto, or bust, no doubt. No, yeah, I mean, yeah. Can Dominguez hit more than home runs? Yeah, I mean, it's too early to tell. It's only been 3 games. You got a single to move Judge over yesterday. So I mean, good so far, good sample size. But we need more than a 3-game sample size. Like the rest of it, we'll have a better idea when he plays the rest of the season. We'll have a better idea. Oh, well, unfortunately, Nesmith and Glaber could be a DH, but Stanton's a DH, so they're not going to sit Stanton to put Glaber at DH, unfortunately. So, you know, yeah, same here. Dominguez so far is showing to be a keeper. So if we keep him, we keep him. Yeah. Yeah, football's around here. I'm going to be ramping up the content on the football channel. For those that haven't subscribed to the channel, your support's greatly appreciated. It's called Empire State Tripod. The name of the channel, I'm going to put it here in the comments. This is my football channel. And it's relatively new. It's a couple months old. But it's mostly Jets, Giants, Bills. But I talk about all the other teams as well. So, and I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible so we can start live streaming and having these discussions in football too. Especially now with football games on Sundays, we could do this stuff on a regular. So if anybody in here hasn't subscribed to the football channel, it would be greatly appreciated. It would mean the world if you're a football fan and you wouldn't mind supporting that channel. That's my channel, my football channel, and we'll keep rock. We're going to rock and roll there too. I watch some college football. Yes, one plug. Yep. Judge and Don back to yeah. You know that. You mean Blake Snell? Steven? I worry about him coming back to the American League East. If I had to choose between him and Nola, I would probably choose Nola. But, you know, thank you, NFE. You're the man, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Chiefs Lions kick off the season. I'm excited what the Jets are going to bring. Like, there's a lot. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens. There's a lot of excitement. A lot of excitement happening in football. So I can't freaking wait for this thing to get rocking and rolling. So I do. I think the Cowboys do start their season with the Giants. They still got to replace Zeke, the running back. So um, Snell could be signed yet to replace Cortez. He could be. And you move to the bullpen. You could. Bills, Gasco, yeah. Freaking Josh Allen. I know they got a couple guys on injured reserve, like Von Miller and some of these other guys, but I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. The Bills. Oh man, if they got Nolan Yamamoto, I'd be freaking ecstatic. If the Yankees did that. Jets are coming to play the Broncos. That's right. And Russell Wilson. Yeah, baby. Rule 5 draft is right after the season, Warvet. So, for guys like Clayton Beater, they have to have him on the 40-man roster. And anybody else that they want to keep on a 40-man roster to protect them from the Rule 5 draft. This year, the 3 most notable names were Austin Wells, Jason Dominguez, and Clayton Beater. So I would hope that they would put Clayton Beater on the 40-man before the year's up. So, I think Noel's a great fit too, TD. And a great, reliable, innings-eating pitcher who's had success in a hostile market like Philadelphia. So he, to me, is a gamer. I don't see Judge moving over to first, Jonathan, but you never know. They want to preserve his legs. You never know. So, Luis Hill, another one. Yeah, we want to have that pitching depth, that extra pitching depth. So, yeah, I worry about Nestor too, TD. I do. Getting better every day, Dominic, man. I appreciate that, bro. Oh, yeah, that was great medicine, man. Sweeping the Astros is great Robitussin, baby. Yes, exactly. Russell Wilson definitely needs a better season than NFL. Yeah, you better go call Deion Sanders and get some pointers, man. From Deion. Shoot. My gosh. Rodgers has a winning season. The Jets went 7-10 last year, and that was a drastic jump. If they have a winning year this year, they'll be, I think, close to the playoffs. And again, it will be, it would really show that, he's Hall of Fame, like he's one of the best. So you can take this Jets team, and they brought in some wide receivers, and they brought in some other weapons for him. But like, as long as our offensive line stays healthy, if they take him to a winning record, it just shows how great Aaron Rodgers is. Yeah, Luis Hill just started his rehab assignment. Billy, like 2 days ago, threw his first game in single A. So he'll be available. I mean, he'll be in spring training, no doubt about it. So Florida State beating LSU, you see? SEC teams are already taking a beating. Judge needs to prove more in postseason, 100%. We might have seen that. You might be right, Consul Yeti. We might have seen Nestor's best years. You might be right. It could be one Aaron Rodgers serious injury, yeah. But I mean, I'll give it to this. Zach Wilson's been playing a hell of a lot better and a hell of a lot more poised and mature with Aaron Rodgers here to push him. So, I would still bring in another running back from the Cowboys. That running back from the Lions who requested a trade. Not the Lions, excuse me, the Colts. He's a stud. I would bring him in to replace Zeke. To add to that running game. If I'm the Cowboys, I would try to see if I can make that happen. Give him another offensive weapon for Dak. Yeah, you might be right. 2 conferences in football, one plug. That's right, man. Yes, indeed. Cowboys going all the way. You never know. They could. They've been getting close. So, Mikey stats: Frank Thomas hit 93, 367 with 33 home runs, 1251 OPS on numbered days. Odd numbered days, he hit 259 with 8 home runs. That's freaking nuts, Robert. Talk about Massive difference in split. Shit. Wow. Wow. And it's will be on Vikings watch. Yeah, that's another one. Another one. hmm I, I I stopped short with some of these predictions. Like Hard Knocks, they're telling me they're well not telling me that they're saying that the Jets are going to go all the way. I'm not. I don't feel that way just yet. I don't feel that way just yet. I'd still be adding another weapon or something like that and make another trade here and there. So like Mike Evans, it sounds like he's going to ask for a trade. Try to get Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know what I mean? That's true, NFA. This is true. It is something they say every year. I like that. Oh, I like it. I love it. It's so true. Genetics. Oh my god. Ah, see, it feels better right now with the Yankees playing better baseball, going into football season. Like we can enjoy both now instead of having to pick one or the other. You know what I mean? Consigliere, thank you so much for the super chat. You're the man. You're the king of tech. You king of freaking Cali, man. The emperor, the prime minister of Cali. Right there, my consigliere. Sound like Mets fans, they do. Yeah, I mean, Giraffe Neck Mark puts out the Mets are going to win the World Series almost every year, so he's definitely confident in his Mets. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And again, I like the confidence. I like the optimism. So, youth movement, shit, rejuvenate our hearts, rejuvenate. I think the Yankees, um, hearts, the Yankees souls. Like, and again, I think some of them are lighting the fire under the veterans' asses, making the veterans like, damn, we got to play better. So it's. I think it's pushing them too, which is fantastic. Overall, loving this freaking sweep against Houston. I'll miss the Yankees in the playoffs too. It sounds like they're most likely not going to make it, but if they happen to make it, then I'll be freaking ecstatic, ecstatic. So we'll see. Dev watching baseball all day. I love it. Feels like 2016. Yeah, that's New York. Giants. Nah, I can't see the Giants getting him. I could see the Jets getting an Evans before the Giants. Mets have a better shot at the championship. Oh, I don't know. Damn. It's a different Jets team, you know? It kind of feels like they have the ownership that the Mets have, so they could be not afraid to be aggressive and bold. So imagine Evans going to the Cowboys. Oh boy. Oh. And there's no Yankee Bay. Same here, Billy. Yeah, seriously, I want these young guys. I want to see how well these young guys can play for a whole season. You know, Commanders, I'd watch out for. The Ravens, I'd watch out for. There's a couple teams I'd watch out for. So yeah, I mean, it does make sense to get Evans. I mean, that's why one reason I could see the Jets. You need as many weapons as possible for Aaron Rodgers, and I would maybe they get another offensive lineman too, because you got to protect Rodgers and you got to protect his weapons to throw to, his weapons to hand off to. Like you just have to like they need meat on the offensive line, and that's one of the areas where the Jets have faltered over the last couple of years. Can't falter now that we got Rodgers here. Got to protect his ass. Got to. We'll see. We'll see, Sunil. We'll see about that. Yeah, man, Evans to the Chiefs. Oh my God, with Mahomes. Hey man, Kelsey. Oh yeah, yo, yo, yo. It'd be really scary, Steven. Really scary. That's what I heard too, Billy. That's what I heard too. But yeah, man. That's why I want to get this. I want to try to hit that 1,000 subscriber threshold on the football channel so we can continue to talk about this football stuff, because it's going to be very exciting to see. So we'll see. Yeah, there's a couple of offensive linemen that were cut or like weren't really signed. So there's a couple that But you're right. You're right. They don't really trade away old linemen. They very rarely do that. They're definitely going to the mattresses right now, Texas. You got that right. They're leaving the gun. They're taking the cannoli, man. Shoot. We swept them, Lapari. We swept them, baby. Falcons. I mean, you never know. I'm going to wrap up too, NFE. So I want to thank you all for coming on. Thank you for, again, your great conversation. Thank you for the football chat, too. Let's keep that football channel rocking and rolling, too, so we can have some live streams there and celebrate some really good football. So I thank you all for that. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate the baseball conversation. The Yankees won. If anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, please do on the way out. So always get to celebrate when the Yankees win, especially when they sweep the Astros. So peace and love to all of you. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see y'all on the other side.